Welcome to JMMB Media's virtual studio. We are delighted that you stopped by. Coming to Roku and Fire TV is Mindset Movers TV, where we challenge you to unchain your mind and grow through the inspiration, empowerment, and education that our host will be providing. Now, we are pleased to introduce to you Renee Lamb, who is host of her Mindset Mover TV show, Notary Nation. She is an Arizona state notary. Her notary empire includes general notary work, specialized notary work, for example, estate planning, trust, and power of attorney, Apostille Agent, NNA certified loan signing agent, and certified reverse mortgage signing professional. This show, Notary Nation, is about educating you on the opportunities available in the notary industry. You will learn from experts who will have you viewing this lucrative but relatively unknown industry in a whole different light. Welcome, Renee.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. So tell us about the notary business as a whole.
So most people have heard of notary. We all grew up and you have people being notary and you think no more of it. So a notary is just a person who is a state officer, if you're a notary or state officer, who goes and basically we verify your identity in a sense. We verify you are who you are on that whatever document we're notarizing, right? We're not saying that the validity of the document is truthful. That's not what we're here for. We're just saying you are the person who is signing, and we verified you, and you are who you are. And that's pretty much baseline what a notary does for different documents that need to be notarized.
Okay, so what made you move into this arena?
So when I first started, after I got out of corporate America, aka the plantation, I did coaching, business coaching, and specifically to help professionals like myself who wanted to kind of come out and start their own business. And I did that for about 4 years, and it was a struggle, let me just tell you. But in that, I started to see that we were most likely going to get ready to go into a recession. And so I realized that if anything, that would hit my ideal client, the professional, right? Because they could be laid off, things can happen. They're not going to have a much disposable income to be able to do my services. And so that prompted me to look and say, well, what can I do in the meantime to hold me over until, the recession gets over or whatever the case may be. And this is like going to be my side hustle. And so I started looking for different side hustles that paid a good amount of money. Like I wasn't trying to get paid $1 for a survey, right? Like that's just not my cup of tea. So I started researching. And then I came across, actually, it's called a loan signing agent, which you have to be a notary. And it fit a lot of my skill sets. Like I definitely knew about real estate. I was a real estate agent when I lived in Maryland. So I have a lot of ideas. I know how to buy a house like nobody's business. So it was like, I can do this. And so I started to go in that direction. In order to be a loan signing agent, you have to be a notary. So that's how I got to be a notary and then do the specialty of loan signing agent. And again, I just said, oh, this is going to be a side hustle. I realized after I did it within, I'm going to say 2 months or 3 months, I was making a profit. So in 3 months, I paid back all my expenses that I put out to do it. And now my money was my money in a sense. And then that's when I said, oh no, this ain't no side hustle. This can now be a business, right? And now I need to really pay attention to it. So for me, it started as a holdover, a side hustle, till I can get back to what I consider my main thing. And then it booted out my main thing and came my main boo now.
Oh, so, okay.
The main boo got to bring the money in. So I had to boot out the one that wasn't bringing no money to be the side boo, right? And so that's when I said, oh, okay, this is something else that I didn't know about, right? I didn't think anything about it. And that's how I found, as I got more and more into it, to find all that it was not just a thing to do, but it was becoming an industry.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, oh, wow, got it.
Wow, because most people don't even look at it in that spectrum, because I didn't look at it in that spectrum until we started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blown away at all the different areas you can go into.
Exactly. Because most people go to the bank, right? If you Wells Fargo, Bank of America, whatever, you can just go in, they boop, boop, and you free because you're a customer. And that's what most people think. What happened was not only, I thought a recession. Of course, now we're in a pandemic, right? Mm-hmm. And so everything closed. Mm-hmm. So now where are you going to go? Okay. Now where are you going to go to get notarized? Because you can't go into the bank anymore. So that actually boosted us up. So Team Johnson, would you suggest people looking to becoming a notary post-COVID? I would say, to answer your question, you need to be a notary now. Don't wait till after, because let me tell you what happens. Sometimes the best time to get in any business, any side hustle, anything is actually when it's the worst market. Yeah. Because the entry is easier. When you wait to go into something when everything's okay and everybody who was already in the market now comes back, the entry to get in is harder. So I would actually say become a notary now. You might not do a lot in it, but at least become a notary now and start doing a little something in it because once COVID's over, everybody who's kind of sitting back, they're now coming full force, right? And they already have their contacts. They're going to be telling people, I'm coming back in, and then it's harder for you to get entry into it. So I would say now instead of waiting until post. But thank you for that question. Okay, what steps are needed to get started? The first thing you need to do is to go to your Secretary of State in your state website. And you should put in, do a Google search of how to be a notary in whatever state you live in. And you're going to get a link to your Secretary of State, and they're going to take you right to the steps you need to do to become a notary. So usually it's a form that's very basic that you need to fill out, your name, your information. And most of us have to have a bond. And that's like $25 for 4 years to get. So it's very easy. If anybody's interested, definitely take my information and I'll tell you where I went. But basically that's the start to become a notary. And once you get your certificate from your Secretary of State, then you can start the progress of getting your stamp, your journal, and those type of things. Thank you, Benita, for your question. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So if people want to get in touch with you, how do they do so?
Honestly, the easiest way is definitely go to LinkedIn. So it's linkedin.com/ I think it's IN/ Renee M. Lamb. M as in Michelle. Renee M. Lamb. Go to LinkedIn, connect with me, drop me a DM, and so we can stay in contact. And this is also a way for you to see the information, see what I'm doing. It's the best way to get in contact with me is definitely LinkedIn.
Okay, we got a lot of people got questions.
So Dean says, are your credentials transferred between states? No. So if I decided to go back home to New Jersey, which I will never, I would have to start all over again. As far as becoming a notary, I would have to go to that Secretary of State. I would have to go through that process and get my notary again. And I also would have to let the notary, the Secretary of State where I'm at, I would have to let them know that I relinquish my journal, my stamp, and everything. And a lot of times you got to bring it into that Secretary of State because it becomes their property. So I would have to relinquish there, and then I would have to open up new to get my notary credentials. Now, one caveat I want to say is, let's say you're a loan signing agent like I am, all you would need to change is your address, and you would need to change your notary certificate, but you can still continue that business, and it doesn't disrupt that at all, which is the beauty of being a notary and all the other things you can do with it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I am eventually, I'm working through it. I'm thinking about it, of doing a workshop about becoming a notary. the no BS, the get rid of the fluff, and just telling you, look, this is exactly the steps you need to do to get up and running. Because honestly, you can get up and running in notary and even loan signing in 30 days and get out there. What stops most people and what stops myself, to be quite honest, is your mindset and your confidence that you can actually do what you set out to do. But the actual steps to do that is very easy. But a lot of times we psych ourselves out, which stops us from getting out there and doing it because you're dealing with the direct public. And so most people are a little nervous. But if you can get past that, actually, you can get up and running. So, yeah, thank you, Corey. I will be coming back around to that. It's definitely this year, most likely looking like second quarter. But I will let people know. That's why you need to stay in contact with me in LinkedIn so you can be the first to know when these workshops come out.
Okay. All right. So your show, just real quickly, we have like 3 other questions. But I want you to talk a little bit about your show.
So my show is all about notary. It's all about what it is and what you can do in it, right? And so, but I'm doing it from this perspective of industry-wide, just not notary, but the people that we interact with depending on what we do in notary. So like if you're a loan signing agent, you deal with a lender. So I would do interviews with a lender so you can get a different perspective of the industry, but how it deals is directly with the notary, or a title person because we deal with them. And so I want to do it in an interview. So it's not just you listening to my part, but also understanding the industry in which the greater industry in which we work in. So we kind of really work under 2 different industries. We work under the real estate, which is where you hear me say loan signing agent. But then there's the legal side for general notary, like estate planning, those type of things is the law. So we're kind of umbrella of those 2 major industries, depending on what we're doing, right? And so I want to bring in people so that you can hear it and understand what this industry is, who we interact with, what they're looking for, what you can expect. So that's that piece. And then the next piece is educational. So teaching you about different aspects of the notary, right? Like how to get started kind of things, or things that I've noticed that notaries might do wrong or mistakes, so that you can learn what to look for from the perspective of being a notary, but also on the other side of you asking stuff from a notary. Because a lot of times you would ask us as a person who want to be notarized something, and you're asking us to break the law, but you don't realize that you're doing that. And a lot of people do it, and it's like, oh, can you tell me? I'm not a lawyer. No, I cannot tell you, right? You don't know that we can't do it. So I want to teach the individual who wants a notary and also the person who is a notary, right? Because you need to know what to do as well. You need to know that you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's going to be an educational component. And then there's going to be a component of just you hearing and seeing me as I navigate my empire, as I grow, as I learn, as I do things, and taking you behind the scenes and showing you what that looks like to a certain degree. Because let me be clear, I'm a very private person. So you ain't going to get all my business. But you can get my business to be for you. But you ain't going to get all my business. But I'm going to give you enough to understand and see what that looks like. Because as we well know, representation matters. And I'm a big proponent of that. And so I want people to see a Black female, right? Because to see that you can do different things and different capacities. And so a lot of times we don't want to go under the roof or show our frailty or what we do wrong. But actually, as I believe coming out of church, your test is your testimonial, right? So I'm going to show you that so that you too can know that you can do it just like I can.
Okay. We got a question. We got lots of questions.
Okay. If you work full time, is becoming a notary a valuable option? Absolutely, it is. That is the beauty of it, because you can turn it up and you can turn it down depending on the time that you want to give to it. And so I had a girlfriend, and I don't know if she's on or not, but she works full time, and 1 month she made $1,400 part time, and she works a full time job. So yes, you can work full time and still be a notary, because it whatever time you want to give it is what you can give it, and you can get the money back. It's all what you want from it. So yes, it is definitely a viable option to be a notary and still do full time? Thank you for your question. That was really good.
All right, we got another one.
Okay, grateful for you. Thank you. How long have you been a notary, and what has been the greatest challenge so far? So believe it or not, I've been a notary. It's been a year for me. I've been a notary for a year. The greatest challenge is me. I've been my own greatest challenge. My mindset and believing that I can do it. I came out of corporate. I work with certain type of clients. I wasn't used to doing direct public. And so that was different for me because my mouth is not really geared for direct public. So I had to learn how to be able to engage and talk with the direct public and get a thick skin because they can say whatever they want to say a lot of times, and me not fly off the handle because I want to get my coins, right? And that was something I had to learn to do and just get past some stuff, and not take it as personal. It wasn't personal. It's just they're ignorant and we'll move on. But the biggest thing was really me and believing that I can do it and believing that I deserved it and believing that I can take it where I want to take it, because it was never something that I saw myself doing. Right. And so I had a mindset at one time where I've gotten all these degrees. You know, I have my MBA, I have my PMP, I have this and I have that. And here I go into this industry where you just need a high school diploma. And it was like, you know, am I selling myself short, or I'm just a notary? And really putting limitations on myself has been the biggest challenge of getting through that and just saying, you know what, this is what it is. This is who I am. I don't owe nobody explanation. And I'm going to go out here and make my money. And then I'm also going to turn around and leave the door open and show other people can make their money. Because I'm seeing people who have high school diplomas making 6 figures. I'll be damned.
I know that's right.
Can you teach both the steps and the business building strategies? Thank you, Corey. Yes, I absolutely can. Because my first one was teaching people how to build a business, I have that skill set. And the steps, I know the steps how to be a notary. So yes, I have the acumen to teach both of them, right? What does that look like? Because we're kind of in the middle. We have to have an online presence, but yet we're a local business. We're not a brick and mortar, right? Because we work from home. And we go out to your home because we're mobile. So we're like that sweet spot that nobody talks about, right? Because we don't have to have a shop, but we have to go out. So yes, I am able to do both because I do know how to help somebody create an online business. So I can teach you about the presence and what you need to do. But I also know, because I do it every day, I'm in the business of being a notary, how to do that as well. Thank you for your question. That was a great question.
Thank you, Corey. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have here? A lot of questions. I'll make sure I get them all.
Hey, when is the show airing? Is it on the 18th?
Yeah, we're going to be going live on the 18th of February. That's the target date. And it's going to be on Roku first. And then later it's going to be airing on Fire TV as well. Okay, so do I have any more questions? Let's see. Got to go to the top now. Oh, we already answered
we got that one already.
All right, I think it's somebody else up here.
Got that one.
You did one. Okay. There's so many here.
I love it.
Yes, it makes it really, really engaging. Okay, so I think something just came in. Let's see. Yes, you will. It's the show is going to be called Mindset Movers TV. It's already loaded up. We just don't have anything up there yet. And yes, you can get it on your Roku stick. Thank you, Corey. Okay, that was very engaging.
Yes.
Very informative.
Yes, and I have a couple of questions. Let's see. let's see. Who else? Somebody put something in addition to. Oh, let's see. Team Johnson is back. Hold on. Did we answer this one?
Oh, in addition to a bond, do you have to have a? No, we didn't. Do you have to have a corporation or LLC? It depends. And I'm not a lawyer, so let me put that out there. I would say, depending on how you want to structure your business or your different, if you have different other streams that you want to make a business. So for like example, I'm a notary and a loan signing agent, but then I have like a apostille that kind of goes with that. And then I have something else, but I kind of want it all together because they kind of sit in the same stream out of notary. Then I might look to do that. So I can't answer that. Do you have to have one? I'm not going to say you have to, but I strongly suggest that you would talk to a lawyer about that. And like, how do you want to structure? Where do you see the business going? If you haven't already connected with me on LinkedIn, please do, because I have a friend of mine actually who is a lawyer who is really working on building out a program specifically with people for solopreneurs or people like me and that we have businesses that is working on how to structure your business. So please make sure you DM me. If you're not connecting with me, then DM me so I can remember to go back to you when she brings her course up or whatever program up so that I can get you over to her, because I'm really not the best person to answer that question, but it is a great question. Okay. But I do have a resource for you, though. I always have that.
Okay, I think we got one. Let's see. I think.
Okay, do you need to be available through traditional business hours? No. If you do just general notary, you can go when you have the time, which maybe if you're working, which is more of the evening, and then you pick up more on your Saturday and Sundays. If you do loan signing, so that's like the real estate documents and you're going out, again, you choose the time, the assignment, right? So assignments can be flowing in and you would choose, okay, the time that works for you. So like 6 o'clock works for you, you do 6 o'clock and on. So no, you don't have to be available to traditional business hours. That's a great question. So anybody thinking, oh, the escape hatch, me and Bonita closed that up. So no.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need to only be available during normal or evening hours?
Okay, so
evening, you can have evening hours as an option. Absolutely. And there's a lot of people doing it part-time. So whatever your hours are, that's what you stick
to. Okay. Wow. That was engaging. I love it. Now, the question that I have for you, what are the different areas that you can get into from this being a notary?
So there's the baseline notary, and even in that, you have general notary, which means, so like in my state, a big thing is in Arizona, title. Like if you sell a car, you can do the title, right? And that's, or somebody writes a letter and they want it to be notarized or between themselves. That's what we consider general notary, like that one thing that you're signing. And then it's still in notary, they're specialized. So like estate planning, divorce decrees, power of attorneys. It's a little bit more stamping through the documents. So that's a more specialized, and you might have to talk a little bit to the documents, to the people. So that's just notary. Those are the two things right there in notary. Then you have, most people go to is what we call loan signing agent. And so so when you close your house, like if you purchase or sell your house, you know that somebody comes out and they walk you through the closing documents to close it out so you can get your money or whatever you're doing. Right. Well, that person is a no loan signing agent, but we have to be a notary to be that, right? Because we're notarizing documents throughout that package. And we're also explaining to you that package, right? So that's another subset of being what we call a loan signing agent. Then there's also something else you can get into because you're a notary. It's what they call apostille. So an apostille agent is you are facilitating a client to get their document that needs to go outside of the United States. and you taking them through the process through the Secretary of State, either in your state or the Secretary of State on a federal level, to get the seal of either apostille or authentication to say that this is a true document from here, and it goes on over to whatever the country it needs to go over for whatever reason. So like if someone went to school here and they went back home to their country, that transcript needs to have an apostille authentication, right? If you're getting married out of the country, right? So it's different things like birth certificate, vital statistics, that type of thing, or divorce decrees. You're now living outside of the United States. You've been divorced here. You need that document to show that you have been for whatever your reasons are. So there's a different adoptions. If you're adopting your kid outside of the United States, there's certain documents that needs to be apostille. What I would do is I would take whatever the reason they wanted, find out what it is, and then work through the different channels, figure out where it's supposed to go to be apostille, get it done for them, and get that document back to them, and they go on about their business. So that's what apostille. I'm only facilitating. The Secretary of State is the only one who can actually give the seal. I am not doing that. I am just facilitating the process of it getting done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one area. Sorry, my mouth's dry. Get some more. So you can do apostille. There's others who do become a wedding officiant because you're a notary. Some states don't allow notaries to do both, but majority, because I am a notary, I am a official of the state. I can do be a wedding officiant. So that's something you enjoy. Notaries have gotten into that. That's something else. You can do field inspection. Because we're notaries and we're very detail oriented, that's something else you could do. So I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg of things that you can do because you are a notary. You can go in these different lanes because you're a notary, right? We didn't even get into immigration consultant, where you can help people who want to get their green card or whatever, and you can do some of the documentation. That's another whole area you can get. So anybody living in the countries, in states that borderline a country like Mexico, so that's like California, Arizona, Texas, and if you go further up and you were Canada, those are things you might think about doing, right? And so that's just yes, and that was the beauty of it. It is vast. Like I'm just touching some of the major things that people get different streams of income just because I am a notary. Now this opens me up to different options and different streams of income that I can go into because I'm baseline notary. Wow. That's where the lucrative comes in, right? That's where everybody talks about, I need 7 streams of income. Well, this is how you get it, right? Like I want an industry that will allow me to get different streams of income. And because they're a little bit different enough, let's say that one of them go down, one can come up, right? And so I'm not really ever just totally wiped out. I just might shift into the other stream because that one seems to be working and this other one seems to go down, right? So like apostille, we can't travel. So there might not be a lot of documents going out of the US, right? Mm-hmm. But loan signing, because people have a house and can utilize it as a financial tool, refinancing them off the chain, well, that goes up. Right. So my money doesn't totally just disappear. And that's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I do have one question, if I may.
Oh, absolutely.
Would you say that this would be a good choice for seniors or people who have retired and decide that they really want to work?
Yes. Yes, I think it would be great. And there are a lot of seniors who are doing it. One, they bring just a vast experience, knowledge with them, which is great. And again, because it allows you to pick and choose your time, so you can still enjoy your retirement and get a little money on the side, how much money you choose to have, right? It's because, sometimes if you make too much as a senior, that might mess up your money. So you get to pick and choose how much money you want to bring in. And it also allows you to get out and stay in your community, right? It gets out and allow you to still interact with others. And I think if seniors retires, and I live with one, that's very crucial, that you still maintain that livelihood, that getting out and that learning and still doing things and being a part of society, because you do have so much to add. So I definitely recommend seniors can do it. It's not hard to learn this at all. It really isn't.
Very good. Thank you.
That was amazing. We got something from Corey. Oh, thank you so much, Corey.
Very welcome. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And you asked some amazing questions that were very, very important questions. So thank you for being here, Corey. We appreciate you. All right. Do we have any?
I know that's right. Thank you.
Thank you, LaShonda. We will be going live very soon, and you'll be able to see all of the hosts that'll be coming on, sharing different information. So thank you. All right.
Hey.
Another thank you. Thank you so much,
Benita. Loving that picture, girl. Them eyebrows on fleek. Woo! Get it, girl.
All righty now. Well, this has been an amazing conversation with Renee. And I'm telling you, when you first told me about this, I was floored, just like everybody else was floored. Because I didn't realize that there's so many different pieces that you can get involved with as a notary.
Right.
So your audience is going to be definitely learning a whole lot about the notary. And I can see you starting a whole new notary revelation. Notary Tribe is an ideal name.
Exactly. I do. I think that, being in a pandemic, and still being able to make money, right? And still being able to support myself and know that as more and more I grow into it, the more and more I can make, right? And I want that yes, girl, you knew them eyebrows was fierce, girl. I'm the type of person that I don't think of people as competition to me. Not because I'm braggadocious or anything. I just think that it's enough of abundance in this world, right? You look out and you see every wild animal, whatever, has enough. Why would I not think there's enough for me as well? And so I not only want to grow for myself, I also want to show other people that, there's options. There's different ways to make money, and that we have been taught one way to make money, which is not bad. I was in corporate for years. I did not have, I made great money in corporate. I wasn't doing bad, but it was a limit to what I can do. And so I decided to do this, but this is where you can still stay your job and have extra money. Because the thing I want to teach people is you need to have options. You need to be able to have options to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And if this pandemic hasn't showed anything, it's specifically for Black Americans, is we need options, right? We need a way to be able to continue our lifestyle or to maintain our lifestyle, and not go in debt and trying to maybe build this huge business. But this right here can be able to change your life. This can put food on your table. This can pay that car note, right? This can give you your baby what they need, that computer maybe, because they at home, right? And you didn't think that you needed to buy a new computer or a new something, right? And so I want to share also with everybody, like, yo, this is something that you can do, that you don't have to beg, borrow, or steal to be able to make money for yourself, that there's other means to do it. It's just how bad do you want what you want?
Absolutely. So again, Renee, how can people get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is definitely on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/IM/ Renee M as in Michelle, Lamb, Lamb. Go ahead and connect with me, DM me. If you have any questions, I will definitely reach back to you. If you kind of want to get an idea about what I'm talking about, you can definitely go on my website, which is firstchoicemobile.notaryservices.com. Again, that's firstchoicemobile.notary.com. And you can go out there and see different things of what I got going on. So those are 2 different ways you can get in contact with me. Do not email me. I'm telling y'all now, don't email me and say, you didn't get back to me, Renee, because I am not the email girl. So I'm telling you right now, you want my attention, DM me in LinkedIn. You email me, I might get to you 3 months later. I'm telling you now, do not email me. I got too many emails, and the only emails that I'm looking at is people asking me to do something because they're getting ready to pay me. If you asking me and it's because you want something for free, you know you getting over. What email is going to get scrolled right on by? The email I go to is where I can get money. So I'm telling you now, do not email me. Go to LinkedIn.
All righty. Well, we are so happy that you are here and everybody that joined us with the great questions.
Yes.
And we are so looking forward to your show that will be coming very, very soon. Yes. And you'll get to meet all of our hosts. I think in the next couple of weeks, all of the hosts will be here. And we're just going to powwow about the shows and just have a little bit of fun with everybody. But thank you, everyone. We appreciate you and looking forward to supporting you.
All right.